Greetings, I'm CrossKnights, and this is Clash of the Titaniums. And man, oh man, the Survivalists now have a rare distinction among Clash members as being the only town that has not lost souls. And I gotta say, I'm pretty impressed at the other towns, that the Tamers and the Scouts lasted this long without losing anyone, because of the whole camping factor. If it weren't for our survivalist skill, we surely would have lost at least 2 or 3 by now. I mean, maybe only 1. They only lost 1. So let's pop on over to Scav Town, and Lila has died. She certainly died of a camping death, as she mentioned in her last words. And note, I'm just assuming it's a she, because that sounds like a girl's name, right? Gerdetified, which is, you know, it's unfortunate. They're up to 3 deaths now. I'm guessing that the building that she died out is the one that Jimmy D died out, just because she's saying the building is cursed. So they're having a similar problem to the guard town with that damn fair stall that's also killed 2 of their members. I'd be paranoid to camp any building that killed 2 people. Although it is a kind of a tradition of mine that if one of my coalition members dies camping a building, then I camp to avenge them. Alright, no idea. Died in Tamer Town. This is Tamer Town's first death. There's some rumors going around that he killed himself, taking the car door out all the way so that people couldn't get it, which is ridiculous because, 1, the Tamers can get freaking anything. They have the faucet. Zombies aren't going to stop them. And Quent said that he was on a long-range scouting mission, so I'm actually glad that I waited until day 8 to record this. I gotta remember, I'm kind of like a reporter here. I have to be very careful about where I'm getting my information from, and I've heard so many, rumors that I almost mentioned, only to find out confirmed that they, really probably were not true. So I have to be very careful. But, I believe he was out there, and something happened with his internet, and he was unable to get on, and he died. And he gave them the bone, but they were 28 AP out. So they had to go quite a trek to get it. But maybe it'll be a good thing. The faucet will help them really pound on the zombie Pac-Man that's coming up to their town. And then the first death of the Scout Town. This, I'm almost completely sure, was a camping death. Mdonadel. Sure, why not? Yes, and actually, yes, I'm looking at his last words now, and that was definitely a camping death. He stated a extreme truth. Decent is not optimal. Good luck, Scouts. Yeah, he got 10%ed, and I gotta say, that 10% is so terrible. I mean, that was part of the reason why Season 3 was so rough. I mean, they added camping on buildings, they made it a necessary part of the game, but they hadn't added hermits yet, or, survivalists. I kind of like hermits better, though, just because then I can imagine a bunch of crazy old recluses. We are now no longer number 1 in defense, but we're pretty damn close, and that's because Tech Town built the False Town. The False Tech Town? Perhaps. We are 2nd place in defense, however, and 3rd place, of course, is the Inglorious Bastion. The other towns are trailing somewhat, but looking at their attack numbers, they're all good, of course. And you gotta look at Tech Town with a whopping 27 buildings, good God. Let's do a quick look at each town. Okay, Tech Town, exploring way the hell out there, apparently. Yes, they have the faucet. They can't use it nearly as effectively as the Tamers can, but they can actually go out places, and I see that they found another building up there. Hopefully they can camp it successfully, if that is their intention. The Inglorious Bastion, 2 down. I was informed by my meta member Raveneye that they have the small cemetery, and I'm assuming it's over on the list over there. Yep. I mentioned that every single time that a Inglorious Bastion member dies, they lose 5 defense, but with the small cemetery, they actually gain 5 defense. Everyone else would gain 10 defense, but still, at least they're not negating their class ability there. They're doing okay on food. Their water's really low. I'm guessing they're voting pump? I don't know. But there are a lot of zombies, and last I heard from Owl's video, they do not have any weapons, so that's going to be rough for them. But at the very least, they can deal with zombies a lot better than the other classes can, so. Alright, Dogville. I feel like I shouldn't say Tamer Town. I don't know. How about Dogville? Is that okay with you guys? I don't know. They're doing okay. They are the ones that found the water filter, so they've stopped rationing. They are probably good on water. And as you can see, as this was the end of the day, I mean, if you look at the other map, it'll make sense from yesterday. Up there at the top is where Dirk died. I'm sorry. There's no way that's how you say your name. And they had to go up and try to get his bone. But they did manage to find, 2 more buildings. I mean, that's cool. Apparently it was a pretty mass undertaking to get up there, but you notice that they cleared all of the zombies, and that is because Tamers are boss at killing zombies. If they really wanted to, they could spend one day killing, possibly with 40 of them. Let's say they all did it. I mean, there's, 20, 30, 38 of them? They could probably kill all those zombies that you're seeing on the map in one day, if they wanted to, I'm guessing. These shady jokers of nonsense, and I'm sorry for, I was in such a hurry before that I skipped over them last time. I'm convinced it was because they all had their hoods up and I couldn't see them, so that's my excuse, and I'm sticking with it. So, Angry Technicolor Pac-Man looks like he's about to eat the little dot that is represented by their town. But again, they can just sneak past all those zombies. I think they're going to probably start killing soon. I think that was mentioned. They have that upgraded map. That's kind of cool. With the upgraded map, they can tell which territories they're more likely to be caught in. And they've camped a lot of the buildings. They've done amazingly well with the camping, I must say. And they have a crap load of food. Wow, what happened there? Did they recently find the butcher in the vegetable plot? Probably. Because that's an amazingly large amount of food. And they definitely recently built a water building, or voted high-level pump, because they have 40 water, so alright, they're doing okay. Cool. And the depleted zones, with a ton of food. And they got the search tower really early on. I'm assuming that's why they haven't needed to go all the way over. And they are, once again, the bosses of clearing. Like, pretty much everything on the map, there are no zombies, so there's that. They have 70 defensive objects. That is pretty damn impressive. So yeah, I don't know that much about what's going on, but hopefully they're doing good. And us, the Eater of Worms. I'm only going to stay on here briefly, but we have tons of defensive objects. We don't want to trigger the universal respawn, which, if we killed all those zombies down there, it's quite possible that we could. I think we should probably shear it a little bit so it stays away from town, but for the most part, we're good. But on to the Exposition. That's kind of the most exciting thing that happened to me today. They announced that they were going to start an Exposition today, and I said I could, be on standby in case they needed someone extra, and someone mentioned that they were probably going to go to sleep, so I ended up stepping in. And this is the first time that I was going to go on such a long-range expo, and it was a pretty epic event, I must say. We actually had a professional artist do a rendition of what the event looked like. So, in case you can't tell, because it's a little bit more abstract, but I do like the use of the color palette. As you can see, this involves 5 drug mules that will be bringing drugs to our resident drug addict so he can clear as many spaces as possible. And there we have Perpetual Sin in the background, giving orders from the castle. He can't come out because he doesn't have hero return. All of the drug mules have hero return, and are stocked to the brim with drugs, and also a battery gun. Yes, this piece was done by Marvin, who is actually one of the drug mules in the picture. I must admit, I'm not exactly sure what that red thing is. I don't think that's supposed to be another drug mule. It kind of looks like a duck that got shot, and now he's, bleeding a spritz of water. Or maybe it's a crocoduck, because he has a tail? I don't know. Far be it from me to know the artist's intentions, but it's best not to question these things and move on. Anyway, since I didn't want to forget what happened, I actually recorded my thoughts about the Exposition before I recorded this. So let's take a little trip back in time to last night. So here we have Asmal all the way up the hell up there, 19 AP away from town. And he's going to go on a little killing run and try to kill as many things as he can and, view it so we can clear out this entire area and look for a building. And there we have a little bit more progress. He's used the beacon, he's moved up and everything, he's killed a bunch of gobbies, he has a whole bunch of jerry pump cans, he's been shooting them right in the head. Then here we go, the drug mules. The key to this plan, to bring him drugs so that he can run around the desert like a crazy man all he wants. I, of course, dance in the desert, as I am wont to do constantly. And here's our path, and it's not really nearly as ridiculous as it looks, because it's like 44 AP or something, but we're going to hero return, so we're not actually going to walk back or anything. That would be insane, and we'd all have to become drug addicts like Mr. Az up there. But yes, we don't need to do that. We're just going to bring him the drugs, because we're enablers. And here we are a little bit farther. I'm not exactly sure why I took this picture, but whatever, I did it. And then we found noodles, apparently. Breakfast of champions? I don't know. All of us ate. Well, all of us except for Kengar. Kengar decided to drink first. Apparently that means that we needed to stop and have a 10-minute discussion about it before he moved on. It wasn't all bad, though, because we sang Bohemian Rhapsody in the chat room. But eventually, after a whole bunch of discussion, we moved on. Hooray, I'm still excited. Ooh, I found a can. That's kind of nice. I actually have a special role in this in that I have a opening thinger, a screwdriver. So I opened the can and I dropped it. So I'm the official can opener guy in this entire place. Here I found some flat-packed furniture. Awesome. We don't really need any more, but whatever. And here we go. I lose my healthy body once and for all and go and take some Roid. So now I'm in an effective Roid rage.
It's okay, nothing bad will happen just because I took roids. Ah, now we found a chest, and since I'm the official opener, I opened the chest, and we found a twinoid. More drugs for Az, hooray! I am the master of opening things. I'm the master of unlocking, you see, and stabbing things with stuff. And here we have a nice shot of Marvin going all aggro with a chair and just smashing a zombie over the head. Good times. Oh, the times we had out here in the desert, it was grand. It was grand, I gotta say. Unfortunately, then we got farther than I've ever been in any Die2nite town, and I started to get a tiny little bit creeped out, and perpetual sin didn't exactly help matters. I actually almost forgot that I was gonna go farther than I've ever gone in my life, but whatever. Everything will be fine. These guys seem to know what they're doing. Yeah, see? He's killing all the zombies. Everything will be fine. Everything is safe. It's a safe, happy zone. Oh, God! I've moved forward, and I'm trapped, and we're gonna die. And, oh, wait, it's okay. It's fine. Everything's fine. At this point, my mouse kind of skits down. Instead of clicking on the chest that I was gonna open, I clicked on the screwdriver, and, of course, the screwdriver instantly broke upon a zombie's head. And Harry was all like, oh, man, that's kind of lame. Like, if I had hit the screwdriver, that never would have happened. And I said, and he was like, whoa, 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 I didn't mean anything like that. I was like, all right, fine. The steroids got to me, the pressure got to me, whatever. It was fine, kind of. I was still kind of pissed off. I had to haul the chest kind of after that. Took out some rage on some zombies with a little oven that I found. Of course, Marvin, being the master of bashing, actually did a lot better with his washing machine. But so whatever. Moving on. Everything's calm. They comforted me. Everything's fine. I'm gonna be fine. Oh, God, I'm all alone, and no one will ever save me. Of course they saved me, whatever. I was just, went a little bit ahead. But we found the building! Unfortunately, there's some other complications. Kengar decided to log off without dropping the water that we're bringing to Az. Whatever. Mistakes were made. Currently, he's waiting next to us, and we told him to return and hero return back the way he came, so it's not too big of a deal. We thought we were going to have Az run all the hell away around the map in order to find that building, but he found it almost instantly. So, I mean, we almost ran into it ourselves, for God's sakes. So right now we're all autoing in the desert, and that's where I am right now as of recording this. Hopefully we'll all get back safe. If not, crap. Now, I've got to say, I felt really bad about my mouse skitzing out and breaking up the screwdriver, because I was screwdriver guy. I was the one who was going to, open all the chests, and we found 2 chests. But, really, of all the possible misclicks that I could have done, I had 3 drugs in my pack, and booze. If I had accidentally clicked on any of them instead, it would have messed up everything, and I would have actually had to go back pretty much immediately, and I would have been addicted. I was a bit upset then. In retrospect, I got very lucky there. I did kind of miss my meta at that point, because, if someone makes a mistake, and believe me, people make mistakes all the time, we generally get past it really quickly and move on. We also have never, ever tried anything as risky and crazy as what we did over there, where if someone screws up, there's a good chance they will die, and there'll be nothing that we can do about it. So, double-edged sword there. High risk, possibly high reward, I don't know. The building we found is total crap, by the way, but we're going to camp it for a blueprint and see what happens. When since I went on the crazy exposition, I couldn't upgrade my house to a hovel, and I kind of felt like someone who didn't do their homework, but then you find out that, well over half the class also didn't do their homework, so you don't really get in trouble and you don't really feel too bad. You only feel bad when you're that only person in class who didn't do his homework. Oh God, those were terrible times. But tomorrow I'm just going to be building, so then I can get my hovel up and everything will be cool. So hang in there, towns. I don't think the survivors are getting complacent, but in case you are, don't. Anything can happen in endgame. I'm CrossKnights, and I'll see you all next time.